Citizens from 12 countries will be banned from visiting the United States, and those from 7 others will face restrictions. A majority of these countries are in Africa or the Middle East. There are some exceptions for legal permanent residents, some visa holders, and people who serve, the president says, our national interests. The president says the move is needed to protect against, quote, foreign terrorists and other security threats. With us now, attorney Shan Wu. Shan, great to see you, counselor. Just one of 3 kind of legal things the president announced: the travel ban, new attacks on Harvard, new investigations into President Biden, all overnight. Let's go through them rapid fire. How likely is it that this travel ban will stick this time?
I think it's pretty likely. The last time around in Trump 1, there were basically 3 iterations of it. And it did reach the Supreme Court that time. And they basically gave President Trump and future presidents the raw power to do that, relying on this being really a core power of the president, conducting foreign policy, the chief diplomat, that type of analysis. So I think there'll certainly be challenges here. They've been careful. I think the administration has been to stay away from the mistakes the first time around, making it sound like it's purely retaliatory or discriminatory. They're invoking the national security issues. So I think by the time it finally does get back to the Supreme Court, which I think is likely, they're probably going to uphold it.
Does it matter that the president overnight justified it based on the attack in Colorado from an Egyptian national and that Egypt wasn't on the list?
That does not help it. That's an example of some of the loose factual connections. As you just pointed out, that's not even the country on the list. Also, this whole issue of people overstaying their visas, that's really a United States enforcement issue. It makes very little sense to me, at least, saying that the country is responsible for having a larger percentage of individuals overstaying their visa. That's kind of a pretty weak factual predicate. But at the end of the day, I think it falls into this catch-all authority that the court has given them.
In the language they used did seem more careful. The fact that they sort of telegraphed this early on and sounded like they were studying it, per se, also might help their cause. Let's talk about the new actions against Harvard here, which bans travel, if I'm saying it correctly, to the United States for people who want to attend Harvard University. It bans the issuing of the visas altogether. How is this action? This is something you're involved in. How likely is this likely to stick?
I think this one is not so likely to sit well. The court has not yet given the President of the United States the authority to oversee all higher education personally. So I think that's not going to work so well for them. I think it's going to end up looking, again, like it's simply his war, his vendetta against Harvard, and there's not enough to justify that. They're trying to adjust to the fact that a federal judge has already said you cannot mess with the existing students there. You can't start stripping away their visas. So this one is trying to end run that by saying, oh, well, new students basically can't come here who don't have the visas yet. So I don't think that's going to work. I mean, their justifications for this on Harvard are issues like Harvard allegedly is not reporting disciplinary issues. That's pretty weak because the schools really are not under an obligation to report all their discipline issues to anyone. I do a lot of student defense. I'm very well aware of what the requirements are. There are requirements to report crimes. I mean, that's where the argument become, has loggerheads. But generally, there's a law that says you don't reveal students' academic records just willy-nilly. So there's going to be a little bit of a fight on that idea.
And very quickly, the idea of launching an investigation into President Biden, use of the auto pen. Where does this go?
Under a normal DOJ situation, it would go absolutely nowhere. I mean, there's just no predicate for opening this type of examination. DOJ itself has said an auto pen is fine to use. Trump himself has used an auto pen, so it's very hard to understand how this has any basis going forward. But nonetheless, we'll probably see a bit of publicity around it. But ultimately, as a crime, a criminal investigation, I just don't see it has any legs to stand on.
All right, Shan Wu, counselor, always great to see you. Thank you very much. Kate?